The air in the forgotten chamber was thick with the scent of ozone and something metallic, ancient, like rust on old iron. My flashlight beam, a weak spear in the oppressive gloom, cut through suspended motes of dust, illuminating a space that felt less like a room and more like the belly of a leviathan. Pipes, thick as tree trunks, snaked across the walls, dripping condensation onto grimy floor. Gauges with cracked glass faces stared blankly from rusted panels. I was Kale, a deep-sea salvage engineer, and this derelict, pre-collapse research station was supposed to be just another job. Find the black box, get out. Simple. Then I saw it. In the center of the chamber, nestled amongst the industrial decay, was an old-fashioned bathtub. Not the sleek, sterile kind you'd find on a modern rig, but a heavy, claw-footed relic made of tarnished, pitted metal. And in it, submerged up to her waist, was a woman. My heart seized. She was impossibly pale, her skin almost translucent, shimmering faintly even in the weak light. Long, unbound blonde hair, impossibly bright, fanned out around her. Her eyes, wide and luminous, were fixed on me, a mix of apprehension and something else I couldn't quite decipher, a profound, ancient wonder. Her body, what I could see of above the water, was covered in subtle, dark, intricate patterns, like the veins of a leaf or the scales of some deep-sea creature. Tiny, shimmering particles clung to her skin, catching the light. She looked like a ghost, a siren, a dream. "Hello," I whispered, my voice rough in the silence. The only response was a drip of water from a distant pipe and the faint hum of something unseen. I took a cautious step closer. The water in the tub was clear, but strangely still, reflecting the eerie blue glow from a large, circular porthole on the far wall. The porthole itself was fractured, spiderweb with cracks, but it pulsed with an intense, otherworldly cyan light, as if a dying star was trapped behind it. She didn't move, didn't speak. Only her eyes, wide and unblinking, followed me. There was no fear in them, only that unsettling blend of apprehension and something deeply, profoundly old. I noticed her hands, pale and slender, resting on the rim of the tub. They seemed to be trembling. An instinct, primal and illogical, washed over me. She was dying, or fading. The blue light from the porthole seemed to be her lifeblood, and it was weakening. I reached out, my hand hovering over hers. As my fingers neared, a faint, ethereal blue glow sparked between us, not from the porthole, but from her, and then from my own hands. Wisps of luminous azure energy, like miniature lightning, danced between my palms. I stared, bewildered. My hands had never done that before. Her eyes widened further, and a silent, desperate plea resonated in my mind. Not words, but a pure, raw feeling. Help me. Channel it. Connect. I didn't understand, but I trusted the instinct. I lowered my hands, cupping them over hers. The blue energy intensified, flowing from my palms, through her skin, and into the water. It was cold, yet it burned with an inner light. As the energy flowed, images flooded my mind. Not memories of my own, but vast, sprawling landscapes of shimmering coral cities, of colossal, bioluminescent creatures gliding through abyssal plains, of a civilization that thrived in the crushing darkness of deep oceans. I saw beings like her, the Lumina, living in perfect harmony with the currents, their minds linked, their knowledge flowing like the tides. Then the images shifted. A cataclysm, not fire, but a great, suffocating darkness. The oceans turning stagnant, the light fading, the collective mind, the luminous, slowly, agonizingly dissolving. They had built this station, this desperate last refuge, to preserve their essence, to channel their final, dwindling life force into a single vessel. Her, the clock-like mechanism on the wall, I now understood wasn't a clock. It was a gauge, a timer, counting down the last remnants of their collective energy, channeled into her, waiting for a conduit, a human. The apprehension in her eyes wasn't for herself. It was for me, for the immense burden she was asking me to bear. The blue energy pulsed violently, my body trembling with the effort of channeling such raw, ancient power. I felt the weight of millennia of knowledge, of joy, of sorrow, pouring into me. It was overwhelming, a torrent threatening to drown my own consciousness. The patterns on her skin seemed to glow brighter, then shift, becoming more defined, more intricate, as if her very essence was being transferred. Suddenly, a loud groan echoed through the chamber. A pipe burst, spewing scalding steam. The station was failing. The pressure outside was immense, threatening to crush us. We were running out of time. The gauge on the wall dropped precipitously. "We have to hurry." I gasped, my voice strained. Her eyes, now glowing with an inner luminescence, locked with mine. A new thought, clearer, stronger, resonated in my mind. Accept it, Kale. Embrace the current. Become the vessel. I closed my eyes, pushing back against the pain, against the fear. I focused on the blue energy, on the knowledge, on the desperate hope of a dying race. I wasn't just channeling, I was absorbing. My own consciousness began to intertwine with hers, with the collective lumina. I felt the cool embrace of the deep ocean, the silent wisdom of ancient currents. With a final, blinding flash of blue light, the energy surged. The bathtub rippled violently. When the light faded, the female figure was gone, dissolved, merged,